Do you find it difficult to socialize with Koreans?
Yeah.
Like having Korean friends. Is it, I don't know if you speak well Korean. I don't, so obviously it's going to be hard for me. But if you do speak well Korean, do you find it hard to have Korean friends on the long term?
Even though I'm half Korean and I have Korean friends that I grew up with in Peru, like Peruvian Kyopos, I find Koreans to be, unless you know them from work, from school, then they're like really nice and very sociable. But just like in a day to day, they're not necessarily as open. But once you get to have a relationship with them, they're so loyal and so friendly. But just breaking the ice and not having them wanting you to just be someone that teaches them English. I have like a couple of friends that I thought, oh, they're my friends, but then they would just want to study English with me. So once you break that line, they're really great friends, but it's not an easy line to break for sure.
Like my Korean friends here are all Koreans that lived like in Australia or like overseas. So I don't know if I can call them like real Korean friends, but yeah,
They're
like,
still Korean.
yeah,
So
they're still Korean, but they're very
they know,
like
they know about the culture.
they are like act in my culture way instead of like a more traditional Korean style, which I don't have any like more traditional Korean friends, which is sad because I really want some, but it's kind of harder to make friends with them. Language barrier is probably like a big reason, but then I also think maybe it's different in culture that makes it a bit harder. Yeah.
My Korean's not that good. Like I can read, but like let's say I have Korean friends, but they don't really speak English that well. So sometimes that language barrier gets miscommunicated. Like even with my co-teacher, sometimes I feel like she doesn't understand what I mean, or if I joke. I love jokes, so I try and be silly when I can.
So hard. They don't.
They don't understand sarcasm.
Yeah, I'm French. Sarcasm is in my blood.
Yeah, definitely.
So at work, I'm like, come on. How you didn't get that one?
I think like a big point is obviously the language. Like I can speak enough Korean to hold a conversation with someone, but once you start learning the language, you also learn the culture with that. So once you adapt yourself more to the culture, meeting like Koreans that haven't traveled too much overseas, I think it becomes easier to make like some friends here. Once you get over that, oh, I want to speak with you because you're Korean and I want to learn Korean, and they want to speak with you because they want to learn English. Once you get over that, you can actually meet some really like nice, nice and cool people. So I think it's like a really big hurdle to get over, but once you manage to get over it, it's
So
amazing.
you're over it? You've some really good Korean friends here?
Yeah, I do have some really good Korean friends.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't easy to get over
Yeah,
that,
it was-
obviously,
yeah,
because it's also like really difficult to actually meet Koreans. Because you have to have like common friends that introduce you, or be in the same work setting or something similar. Just meeting them outside, just like by chatting people up, that's not something that happens here. So that's also what makes it difficult, because culturally we meet people in different ways.
Like when they say like if you ask them a question and you want them to give you a yes or no answer, and so if the answer is no, it's like and I'm like, is that a yes or no?
So many times they're like, oh, let's hang out sometime to eat. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, and I keep on waiting. Like, don't wait. If they say that, don't wait. Like, it's
wait.
just like, they don't mean it.
Especially if they're like, yeah, come to my house, you can stay at my place, and you're like, well, you said I could stay at your place, can I go there now? I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, definitely.
That language barrier, and then trying to understand the difference between like body language as well, and it can be a little difficult. But if there are westernized Koreans, it's a little bit easier. But if they're Korean, it's definitely going to be a challenge.